So, you want to buy a house in the Lower Mainland? Think again. Vancouver has just been voted the most unaffordable city in North America. Housing prices in Vancouver are continuously rising and show no signs of slowing down. In 2002, the average price of a home in Vancouver was $400,000. Now it's almost $2 million. This is what you're going to get with that money today. For the same amount of money, you could get this in Nova Scotia. Here in British Columbia, our purchasing power is a lot less than in other big cities, which begs the question, why are homes in the Lower Mainland so expensive? When you think of Vancouver, this is the image you probably think of. But in reality, most of Vancouver has single-family detached homes. We all need a home, but in Vancouver, that necessity is unattainable for many people. It's not the houses that are expensive, but rather the land that they sit on. This is because Vancouver is a very desirable location in Canada, with the warmest weather year-round of any of the largest Canadian cities. It also has access to the beach and ocean in the west, the US border in the south, wineries and agriculture to the east, and a world-class ski resort with scenic mountain views in the north. These attributes cause people to flock to the city from all over the country, causing the demand for housing to go up. The problem is that supply cannot meet the demand, as the very desirable location of Vancouver, wedged between its unique geographical areas, restricts the city's expansion. Even worse is that 80% of the land currently available is zoned for single-family dwellings exclusively, meaning high-rises and other building types cannot be constructed in the given area. Another factor that's driving up housing costs are foreign and domestic investors and speculators, as they are buying properties for investment purposes, and many aren't renting them out, letting a home someone could live in lay vacant. House flippers are another problem, and many do what's known as shadow flipping. Shadow flipping is when a condo is purchased from a developer and sold to another buyer before the unit is completed. This practice allows real estate agents to make 2 or even 3 times their standard commission. All these problems are making it increasingly difficult for first-time home buyers to get into the housing market, and they are having to make the challenging decision on whether or not to live below their means or move far away to find cheaper housing. This housing crisis needs to be addressed, and immediate action must be taken to make housing in the Lower Mainland more affordable. One of the steps we can take to achieve this is to continue to tax speculators using the speculation tax and the foreign buyers tax. These taxes will discourage people from leaving homes vacant and foreign investors buying up the bulk of homes, helping return the housing market to residents. The provincial government has already raised these taxes, but to little effect. We may need to raise these taxes even further. We also need to crack down on tax fraud and close loopholes to prevent exploitation from occurring. We need to ensure that people flipping pre-sale condos pay their fair share of taxes. We can do this by requiring the developers to collect comprehensive information about the assignment of pre-sale condo purchases. This info then can be shared with federal and provincial tax authorities so they can ensure taxes are paid. And arguably the most important step is to increase densification. We have a lot of demand for city living, and it needs to be met with the proper supply. With current zoning bylaws and regulations, it is extremely challenging to accomplish this. As previously mentioned, 80% of Vancouver is dedicated for single-family homes only, which means one of the first things that needs to be done is the rezoning of these neighborhoods. This will allow developers to construct higher density buildings such as high-rises that can house more people at more affordable prices. So, you think you can afford a house? The harsh reality is that house prices in Vancouver and the Lower Mainland are very expensive and are not going to get much cheaper anytime soon. Prices may eventually level out, and we can help achieve better affordability by implementing some of my steps. However, Vancouver will always be an expensive and desirable city. So, you better start saving up for that down payment now.